Yeah, just a brief discussion on carpal tunnel and splints. Splints are one of the most well-researched tools used to treat carpal tunnel syndrome, and they work. This clinical study took 50 people with carpal tunnel syndrome and randomized them into two groups. Group 1 wore a splint at night, while the subjects in Group 2 got no treatment. At the end of the 6-month study, subjects who wore the splint had significantly improved compared to the control group. Also need to point out that this is one of the best kind of studies you can do to prove that a treatment actually works. Subjects were randomized and there was a control group. Furthermore, this is the best kind because the control group had no treatment. So you can tell if carpal tunnel patients just got better on their own because of Mother Nature. Yet other research reveals specific effects that splints have on people with carpal tunnel syndrome. So look at this. 10 patients with carpal tunnel syndrome had MRI scans done of their median nerve and then were instructed to wear a splint at night. After 1 week, repeated MRI scans showed that the median nerve was significantly less swollen. You noticed in both of these studies that subjects wore their splints only at night. One wonders, though, would wearing it all day be even better? Let's see what the research has to say. In this study, subjects were randomized to wear a splint all day and night, or just at night. 6 weeks later, researchers checked to see which group had the most improvement in symptoms and could use their hands better. Results showed no difference between the groups. Looks like whether you wear a splint all day and night or just at night, well, it seems it makes little difference as far as how your hand feels and moves. Now that you know all about the benefits of wearing a splint, it's time to figure out which one to try. When picking one out, make sure it meets these two requirements. It keeps your wrist in a neutral position, which is this, straight, and it's comfortable enough for you to be able to wear at night or longer if you want. So you don't need anything fancy. Here's a few pictures of what your typical off-the-shelf splint looks like. It uses Velcro to keep it in place and can be found at most drugstores. So yeah, just your typical one there. So there you go. That's according to the research.